Very weird.
T3 Media.
Through the media.
Let's see. Nala wants to probably there. You want to get up on the shoulder? So, and we just got through watching together the season 2, episode 1 of The Mandalorian. Had a good time, and it was pretty cool, man. So we're gonna run down the performance, the actors, and just what I think is gonna happen in the next couple episodes. So before I get into that, hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think, and we might talk about your thoughts on We Got Your Mail. Holly just took off. She's like, I ain't doing this with you today. Like right off the bat, man, I felt like, all right, okay, we're really diving into this whole Western of the week kind of a thing. And I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like The Mandalorian is really settling into this whole, this is like a cowboy, Lone Ranger kind of a thing. The small town settling, who's this stranger coming into these parts? We don't take too kindly to strangers around. Kind of a feel. Let's see what's going on. And then, as the villain of the week thing builds up, we crush that, and it ends, and we move the story along. That was great. The best parts of this episode was really just the cast and the throwback, the callbacks to a few things. I know Mandalorian does a lot of callbacks to things. Hey guys, remember Wookiees? Remember this? Remember that? And they do that a lot. But this time they did it in a nice little subtle way, and it felt good. I liked it too. Okay, so we know Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian doing his thing. Okay, we know that. Then the name that was right under that, after I googled the cast, John Leguizamo. I was like, yes, that's who he sounded. I thought he sounded familiar playing Gore Koresh. Reminded me of John Wick, when the villain's son boosted John Wick's car, and John Leguizamo beat the crap out of him, and then his father was like, dude, you touched my son, I gotta kill you, right? And it was like, but it was John Wick's car. He's like, yeah, that kind of a vibe to him. Like, hey, I'm gonna rob you. But we cool though, right? It was older the way John could do it. It was kind of cool. And then he played this sleazy guy, and then when his plan to take out the Mandalorian didn't work, obviously he ran off. Like it kind of reminded me of Clown from Spawn. He's like, you got hit by that stupid train, and those cars just kept running over you. Running over you. When the Mandalorian had him upside down, he's like, I'll tell you what you want to know. And Gore Koresh was like, but you promise you're not going to kill me. When somebody like the Mandalorian looks you in the eye and says something like, I promise you will not die by my hand, you're screwed. No, I'm telling you, I would have been hanging upside down. I'd have been all like, no, man, that's not good enough, dude. That sounds like some passive aggressive stuff, man. No. You're going to promise me that I will not die at all today, that I get to walk away with my life, or that's it. That's what because I knew, I was like, the second he said that, I'm like, you're dead. And then he, obviously took out the lights, and all these creatures of the nights came out. I felt like pitch black. It was weird. I didn't know. I kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, what the hell is this? Where's Reddick at? Anyway, then later on we met up with an oldie, but a goodie. Amy, is it Sedaris's character, Pelimoto? So then her reaction when she saw the child, I'll buy him from you. I'm just playing. Let you go on there. That was kind of funny. But then she brought out an R5. I'm like, that's gotta be, because she got nothing but junk running around her place, and that's the same planet. So that's gotta be that same R5. And I had to, I stopped, paused, and I had to Google it real quick. And turns out that R5 unit that had a busted converter, whatever Luke said, Dad, hey, Uncle, this thing's got this thing is messed up. It's got a busted, whatever he said. He's like, trying to, what about that R2 unit? And it turns out that might have been a setup. That R5 might have did that on purpose to help R2. Everybody's thinking R2 sabotaged them, but they might have been in. There's one story where they were in on it together, and the other story where he sabotaged them in Legends and stuff. And then I fell down the rabbit hole of Wikipedia. And R5 might have been a force-sensitive droid named Skippy. Skippy, the Jedi droid. Okay. All right. I'm like, let me get back to the show. Then when we got to the town again, the sheriff, that's the marshal, that's the sheriff right there. And and it was cool for me. And I'm like, then I get closer to the suit. I'm like, I see the little antenna. I'm like, no, Boba Fett got a job. Boba Fett got a job. And I learned the voice. I'm like, that ain't Boba Fett's voice. Why wouldn't they get the same guy who did Jango Fett to do Boba? That's not his voice. Man, so that's not Boba. I was like, I looked at the way. I know Boba Fett was skinny, the original guy, but I was like, that ain't Boba Fett. I don't feel a clone of Jango. I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. And then he took the mask off, and the Mandalorian like, what the heck? What? That ain't the way. Timothy Oliphant. And I gotta say, like, that whole thing between them two, he knew he was about to get killed. But I like then the plot comes into place when you see that dragon monster, that sand monster come terrorize the town, and they work out a deal. He's like, okay, I know you don't like me wearing this armor. I bought it fair and square. Look, help me get rid of that monster. I'll give you the armor. The sand people out there, and worked out a scheme to have the townsmen, the people of that town that settled there. It felt like a cowboys working with the Native Americans kind of a thing. Fighting over the land at first. There'd been hundreds of years of bloodshed, but then they had to put their differences aside for a common goal, right? And they complete that goal, obviously. This episode 1, of course they're gonna win. But by the end of it, I thought Timothy's character, Cobb Vanth, was going to. I thought Mandalorian would let him keep it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe make him take the oath or something like that. I'm like, you're not a real Mandalorian, but you fight like one. You have the Mandalorian's heart. Oh man, ain't nobody watching. Take the oath real quick. Put the hand on the Bible. I promise to never take off the mask. That is the way. I thought that was going to happen. Timothy Oliphant fits with Star Wars. He fit his sarcasm, his style. The second I saw him take the helmet off, I was like, oh, because I didn't look up who was going to be in this episode. I don't want any spoilers really. We're just having a conversation about this episode that I'm assuming you guys saw. But with the second I saw him, I started thinking about Saint Clarita's diet and all that, and all the things I've seen him in. Like, he fits with the sarcasm, the wit. He's like a Han Solo kind of dude. His sarcasm fits. Is it just me? I might be wrong about that. All you major Star Wars hardcore fans out there, you might be like, you out of your mind. No, he sucked or whatever. He doesn't fit. I feel like he fit. His presence. He can do action. He can do his comedy, his wit, his sarcasm, that passive aggressive way he just cuts at people. It fit. I loved every scene that he was in. I'm gonna say his name wrong. Temuera Morrison. It's Boba Fett. It's right here on the credits. It says it right here as Boba Fett. Cobb was about to get his head cut off to get that armor back. Cobb was gonna die right then and there on the spot. He still might. Boba might stop and just go after the Mandalorian now. Or just because you've been stinking up my suit. You know what I had to do to get out of that thing? You're gonna find out what happened when he survived that pit. But maybe the armor got taken away from him when he was on the road to recovery. That's the thing that makes the most sense. For him to get separated from his armor and for it have it to be sold off like that. Boba must have been effed up real bad to get separated from that armor. For him to be in those regular clothes, maybe a sand person found him because he looked like he had some sand people weapons and stuff. It looked like he had some of their stuff. Like somebody found him. He was probably messed up. He had to heal. Got separated from his clothes. He took off. probably because of the Empire fell and all that stuff. He's like, look, or maybe he got rid of it because of that. He was like, dude, no, no, it's too hot in these streets right now. Luke looking for me. I gotta get out of here. So, it makes sense. He probably like, you know what? But now he's like, I want my, man, this other Mandalorian is making so much noise. No, I need my armor. And he was coming to kill Cobb. He was coming. And luck so happened. Now the Mandalorian has it. And now he's got to go that away. Now, I don't think it's going to happen by episode 2. It might not even happen by episode 3. But it's about to happen. Before the end of this season, it's going down. Mandalorian versus Boba. And place your bets. I'm going to put that on the poll in the community. Who is going to win? When the brouhaha happens between Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, between Boba and Din, who's going to win? Boba or Din? Who is going to win? That's the question, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy this episode, this first episode of season 2? Man, I had a good time with it, man. It was excellent. It was everything that I was hoping it was going to be. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, put it in the box below. You can always reach out to me at T3 Medias on our social media, or you can, me, Chris Fagan at Chris Fagan 1980. You can reach out to me directly. It doesn't matter. Email me, contact us at t3medias.com/contact. Contact us that way. If you want to send us any topics you want us to talk about on the main show every week, hit the like and subscribe button. If you like my recap of the binge of Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1. And let me know what you guys think. And this, like I said, keep up with the community. Become a member, become a patron if you so choose. It helps out the channel. Help us bring out better content to you. And we really appreciate your time, man. Thanks for talking to me about this, guys. Like I said, put it in the box. Let's keep talking about this. Until next time. Episode, I don't think it's going down in episode 2. It came in a little hot. They did a misdirect and it came back with it with Boba. But I think Boba's gonna be in the shadows a little bit longer. Who's gonna win? Till next time, guys.
If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.